Shalom, this is GMS Silent Sit Downs coming back with a lesson. First off and foremost, call Allah Yim Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Rakakudash, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the elect. I want to do a quick news update, concerning this article, which shows you that basically the Pentagon, the government, is influencing in these movies, man. And we always speak about this. That's also the main reason that we always quote movies when we teach. We always use movies as examples, because what happens with these movies, they put the truth within them, So this article, it says here are 410 movies made under the direct influence and supervision of the Pentagon. I'm gonna read some of it. Yeah, I'm gonna read this piece right here, and then I'm gonna read that tweet, and then we're gonna go through some of these movies. So it says, a year ago we featured a detailed report by authors Tom Secker and Matthew Alford, exposing just how vast the Pentagon and CIA programs for partnering with Hollywood actual are, based on some 4,000 new pages of formerly classified archived documents obtained through the Freedom of Information Act. The report noted at the time that these documents for the first time demonstrate that the U.S. government has worked behind the scenes on over 800 major movies and more than 1,000 TV titles. Reviewing the ever-expanding list, the average movie watcher might be in for a shock at what films are actually included. There are the more predictable ones like Black Hawk Down, Zero Dark, Dirty, and Lone Survivor, but also entirely unexpected ones that apparently needed the military-industrial complex propaganda touch, like Ernest Save Christmas, Karate Kid 2, The Silence of the Lambs, Twister, the Iron Man movies, and more recently Pitch Perfect. So what they're actually trying to point out in this article is that, the influence that Esau has on these movies is only on the military based things in movies, that basically the military helps them to train or whatever. Quick scripture. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2 verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Exactly. So that's basically a simple statement, which is too simple, because we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. There's something called subliminal messaging, wherein you see things which are visual on the screen. You see them, but it really does not come into your mind what you are actually looking at. So but you did see it, and now it is programmed into your mind that you saw it. And basically, if you see it in real life, because you saw it in the movie, it's not gonna be so shocking. You understand? For example, if you never seen a car crash before, but then you see a car crash, you're gonna be shocked. If you are used to see car crashes in movies and shit, you're not gonna be that shocked. You're gonna be like, whoa, finally seeing it in real life. But you already knew about the consequences. You already knew what it could do, what could happen, only because you saw it in these movies. So Esau knows that he can work on your mind. Esau is studying mind control, man. So Esau is busy with that. So Esau knows, which Esau is the so-called white man, he knows that he can manipulate your mind by showing you things that he later wants to bring out. And they constantly are doing that, man. Like in movies, back in the days, they was showing you the touchscreen, the touchscreen and stuff, and it was all dope and shit. And now look at this, man. Everyone has these touchscreens, so that's on a small scale. Esau is preparing you for the things that he's gonna bring out. Nowadays, the only thing you see in the movies is implantable chips, man. Implantable microchips under the skin. Those are the things that you see, because Esau wants to prepare your mind for something that he's gonna push heavily, man, which is that RFID chip, which the Bible speaks of as the mark of the beast, the number of the beast, which is the 666 mark, man. So he uses these movies to basically prepare you mentally for what's about to come. Because they also work with something called problem, reaction, solution. They put the problem out there through the news. They see how the people respond to it, and then they come with a solution. With these movies, they basically make the people docile, of the things that they want to push, because you already seen it in the movie. So it kind of calms you down, and it makes it more normal if you constantly see it in the movie. That's how Esau is working, and that's the influence that it's talking about concerning these movies. So this is a tweet from David Sarada. The Pentagon directly influences Hollywood in some cases. Scripts are literally line edited by the military. And who is the military steered by the government? It's not just that, hold your gun like this, or do this, or have this formation. No, it goes way deeper than that, man. Talking about military technology that they are showing the people, prophecies basically that are shown in movies about what they are gonna do, martial law that they are about to push, the consequences by rebelling against this martial law. Those are the things that they show you in these movies. Another thing that they show you in these movies, which is true influence of the government, is to be scared of all the things that basically crack open the sky, the space, and come down to the earth, so-called aliens. That's another thing, man. They program your mind to be fearful for the things that come out of space, which we know. The thing that they are talking about are these aliens. The things that they are talking about, so-called aliens, are the angels of Yahweh Bashem El Shai. We know that. But what they are trying to do to you with these movies is to make you afraid, man. It's to make you afraid. Basically, you don't when you're in this truth, you don't have to fear for the angels, man. You don't have to fear for Yahweh Bashem El Shai. You don't have to fear for the day of judgment, which is about to come, because that's the deliverance. When you're in this truth, that's what you pray for. That's what you want. That's what you should desire, is to be delivered out of this place. So dark-skinned man cracking open the sky and coming down with chariots, so-called UFOs, ain't a bad thing. But they want to program your mind to think that that's bad, you know. So in that way, basically, they have the full support of the people. Then another example, you know, these so-called terrorist attacks. They have all these terroristic movies, like what is that movie? White House Down and stuff. London Has Fallen. Let's see if it's in the list. You know, because this is a big ass list right here. Yeah, you see Transformers, Task Force. Let me see what else. And I don't believe that this is 100% not everything, man. You know, Lone Survivor. Yeah, those are these military movies, you know. Let's see. Jurassic Park. You know, where what they show you in Jurassic Park is that these RFID chips can track down the dinosaurs. So if they want to put RFID chips in people, which is the mark of the beast, they are going to be able to track you down, man, easily. They just have to tap into that device that you put under your skin, and they can find you, man. There you have it. I Am Legend. You know what they showed you in that movie is that basically there are diseases being made in a laboratory which can spread and basically wipe out whole cities, man, for people that catch that disease, you know. And what they show you in that movie is that basically it's all about survival then, man. It's all about survival. Now what does the scripture says? Sword. Let me see. I forgot how it. I believe it's in Ezekiel. He that is in a city. God, this is the one. Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 14. They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. He that is in the field shall die with the sword. Yeah, because if you're in the field, you're probably gonna have some food. If you are outside in the outer parts, you know, of the land, you know, not in the midst of the cities, you're gonna have some food. You have scavenged some food, or maybe you have a house there. You know, you're probably gonna die by the sword because there are people basically coming for what you have, man. You know, in the time of trouble, in the time of war. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. Yeah, first off, because there's no food to be found in the city, man. If the supermarkets are empty, you're gonna die of famine, man, because ain't no food to be found in the city, man. Ain't no trees with apples on it. Ain't no fruits. Ain't no whatever you can find in the woods, man, or in the forest. You see? So in the city you will die of famine or of pestilence. You have these sewers, right? These sewers, they constantly run. They constantly flow. with all kinds of bacteria, shit, whatever people put in the toilet, whatever people put, through the sink, nasty shit. But when basically this the society collapses, that means that these water pump companies that keep the sewers running and keep the water running, they're gonna stop working, and then basically all the sewers are gonna be stagnant, man. And when they are stagnant, the bacteria come through the sewers, man. They just the basically the sicknesses just basically roam through the streets, or they come up through your toilet. You're gonna have brown water if the shower even runs, or if the water even runs into your house. So that's you're gonna catch a lot of pestilences, man. You're gonna catch a lot of diseases being in the city. He that is in the field shall die with the sword, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. You see, so that's what they show you in that movie, I Am Legend. That they make these sicknesses also to wipe out a big part of humanity, because that's their their goal. For the people who don't know yet, Georgia Guidestones. The Georgia Guidestones talk about maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. They want to keep the population under 500 million. Means they have to kill more than 6.5 billion people. More than that, man, because they say the world consists of 7 billion people. Well, those are the registered ones. If you go to South America, you're gonna have people there not registered. Nobody knows of their existence. So how does ESA know how many people there are upon the planet Earth? That's the point. So they show you what they plan to do, man. If you go back to this article, I saw another thing. They spoke about the agenda. Let me read this. Months ago, Strub was again profiled in a report called "Eliciting an Audience: How Hollywood Peddles Propaganda," which quoted him trying to push back against the growing media exposure over the past year. "We are not trying to brainwash people. We're out to present the clearest, truest view," Strub told the Outline. The report rightly noted that while Americans generally pride themselves on living in a free speech, anti-censorship society, while simultaneously mocking the propaganda examples in places like Russia or China or U.S. public, the U.S. public is subject to more homegrown state-run propaganda than it thinks. You see, so a liar will always defend something. A stupid liar. Let me call them stupid liars. If you aren't even accused of something yet, but you did it wrong, You know, if you're stupid liar, you gonna snitch yourself already, say that you didn't do it. Meanwhile, nobody asked if you did it. You know, I remember I was in the car with this Jake, but then the car was so full, so certain Jakes jumped in the trunk. You know, so the car was packed. And then this brother, man, this dude from West Africa, he got hella nervous, man. The cops came behind us, and the cops was just driving, man. They didn't pay no attention to the car whatsoever, man. And then all of a sudden, dude pulled over. Whoop! He pulled over to the side, and basically he said, "No, I didn't do nothing. This and that." Cops pulled over too because you hella suspicious, man. You hella suspicious for no reason. So the cop said, "What's going on?" He says, "Yeah." Then boom, the trunk opens. People jump out of the car. 6-7 niggas jumping out of the car, man. Hella suspicious. Cop said, "We was not even gonna stop you, man." You see, that's a dumb liar, man. You know, and that's how the government also works. You know, saying we're not trying to brainwash people. Yeah, yes you are, man. Who are you trying to fool, man? Yes, you are trying to brainwash people. What you talking about, man? You know? So yeah, man, that's something I quickly wanted to bring out. You know, I'm gonna put the link in the description box. You can check out what movies they messed with. And of course they messed with a lot of movies, more than this, man. You know, they so-called wanna show you the military type movies. You see strategic, air command, G.I. Joe. You know, but there are some movies within it that make you think like, okay, so why they had to mess with that then? You know, if it's all about military things. But yeah, y'all can check it out. With that, I want to say, Call Allah, Yim Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh, Shai, Bashem Rakakudash. Shalom to the elect.